our next segment will be the BeautyBChat, which I'm excited about because I'm a part of the BeautyBChat. Naturally Glam is a beauty blog, and so I'll be joining some other beauty bloggers for that chat. We're going to be talking it up, and we're going to also have special guest, licensed esthetician and brand owner. She is the founder of Seriniti Bath, Body, and You. And if you watch my YouTube videos, I am in love with her scrub, and I kind of am obsessed with it. And I'm not ashamed to say it. So she'll be joining as well as our special guest. We love, you got to have an expert. You got to have an expert. So if you have skincare questions, beauty questions, we have NaturallyCreole. She's the fashionista. You have fashion questions. We got StrawberriCurls. We got beautiful curls. So if you have natural hair, beauty, fashion, skincare, all those questions, this is when you want to tune in. You want to come in now. If you have questions, you have comments, leave them below. If you're watching this on YouTube, leave your comments below. If you're watching this on Google+, leave your comments there. Tweet us if you can't figure out how to leave a comment. That's okay. Tweet us on Twitter. Use the hashtag #CurlsForACause and EmpowerMe. Use either of those or both of those to tweet your questions. I'm watching Twitter now. I'm watching the comments. I'm trying to keep up with you guys to see what's going on, who's watching, who's tuning in. And yeah, did you guys have on, or did you guys hear about the crazy pajama bottoms?
The what?
The crazy pajama bottoms. So anyway, the gag is that, on this Hangout, you can only see people from like here up.
Oh, okay.
So I showed off what I have on the bottom, and so I'm daring everybody else to show it off. So see, I have on hubby's like old boxer shorts and this crazy jersey, but I'm cute though.
Hold on, I'll be right there.
If you dare, you stand up and show what you have on the bottom. Are you scared, Renee?
I just actually have on jeans. I got up and put on clothes this morning. I'm not messing with you today.
She got fancy. Okay, she got fancy for us here on the Beauty Chat. I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad. G said I'm turning the whole thing off. She turned everything off. Hey, Deanna.
Hey, guys.
Hey, we can hear you. So did I tell you about the crazy pajama bottoms?
No, I heard you mention that you were going to ask if somebody had something on.
So what do you have on? Can you show what you have on?
I have on sweats. So I don't know if you guys can see. See? Sweats.
No, wait a minute. Do it again. We didn't see you. Do it again.
Okay, hold on. Let me move my chair. See?
Oh, cute. Okay.
Hey guys, okay, I'm Deanna, aka NaturallyCreole. I'm a blogger and a vlogger. Started off on YouTube talking about natural hair. I have expanded into a blog that I have talking about natural hair, fashion, and beauty as well. You guys can find me at naturallycreole.net and youtube.com/naturallycreole. So I'm here for any questions you have about hair, fashion, beauty.
Okay, let's go to Renee next. Renee, tell us about yourself.
Hello, everyone. I am Renee Sessoms, the owner of Seriniti Bath, Body, and You. I create everything that you find in our line. I love anything that's related to skincare or beauty. I can just go on and on and on about skincare. Another thing that I do a lot of, and I've been doing quite a bit of, speaking to people. I think it's really important that we need to learn to accept ourselves for who we are, and not only, we can accentuate the beauty that we have, but we should embrace it and not fall prey to social media and I should look like this. Just the same thing with our natural hair. So I'm just looking forward to working with this wonderful group of women that have came forward to do an event for an awesome cause. I love Jonna. Am I saying your name right, Jonna? You're going to put me off today. But at the end of the day, I am just happy to be a part of it.
You're saying it right.
Look, I'm happy to be a part of something that's such an awesome cause. So thank you for having me. You can find me at Seriniti Bath Body and You on IG. I'm on Facebook. I'm Seriniti BBY on Twitter. And my website is www.serenitybathbodyandYou.com.
StrawberriCurls. I have a natural hair blog that I'm expanding to timeline my weight loss journey as well. I've been blogging since 2008, and I have a YouTube channel, youtube.com/thestrawberrycurls. And I'm here for any natural hair questions you have.
You do a really good info session about dressing for your body type. So can you just tell us, like, not, you don't have to go into like a whole lot of detail, but just kind of go over the basics for, depending on what your body type is, some tips and tricks for dressing to enhance your features. Does that make sense?
I need to have my my notes up. Okay, let me see. 4 main body types that I talked about is banana, which is pretty much straight up and down. Then you have an apple type, which is kind of like an inverted triangle, where you're heavier up top and smaller on bottom. Then you have a pear shaped, where you're like smaller on the top and a little bit bigger, like hips on the bottom. And then there is what everybody else usually wants is the hourglass shape, which hourglass you usually typically can wear pretty much anything. Crop tops and high waist skirts look really nice on hourglass. For banana shape, which is what I am, pretty much, rectangle is another name for it, where you're pretty much slim and tall. You need to accentuate pretty much both halves. So finding things like cargo pants with back pockets, kind of like make it look like you got a little bit more in the hip area. You can do wrap tops. You can do any type of top that's going to accentuate your top half and make it look a little bit more balanced, and I guess more of a figure, if you will. For apple shape, your best asset is your legs. So show them off. Wear skater skirts. You can wear wrap tops. Because your top half is a little bit bigger, so you need to accentuate your waist, and then also show off your best asset, which is your legs. I'm just giving you guys a brief overview. This is not too detailed. Can you guys hear me pretty good? Okay. And then we have, excuse me, all the. Then we have.
It's live. Hello.
Yeah. Sorry about all the noise. I have a dog coming in the house, and she's hyper right now. Okay. Then we have pear-shaped. Well, like I said, it's smaller on the top, bigger on the bottom. So wearing tops that kind of look like, again, pretty much with all the shapes, you're trying to balance out your body, both top half and bottom half, so that you kind of get more of the hourglass shape. So that is pretty much all it is. Finding pieces that's going to accentuate both halves of your body. I do have more notes on it. I will write a blog post about it if need be. So if you guys want that, let me know. And I did talk about it in a Twitter chat. So there's some notes on Twitter if you guys want to go back through the timeline and look and see what I put. Is that good, Jonna?
I'm on mute.
Oh. How about that? I can hear you.
I was on mute. Okay. Okay, so now I'm gonna go to Renee because I have some questions about. I want to ask about skincare for the fall and winter. I know a lot of people have questions about how do they need to change their skincare regimen during the fall, during the winter where it gets cold. I know here in Hampton Roads it really doesn't get that cold, but I know in some areas it gets below zero cold. So from your experience and your knowledge base, what are some things that people need to incorporate, add, delete, change in their skincare regimen when this weather comes around?
Great question, Jonna. Let me just first say, Vaseline is not a moisturizer. You will hear me say this for the rest of my life. Anytime you hear that, yes, Vaseline is not a moisturizer. It will per se keep the ash away, or it will block the cold wind, but it is not a moisturizer. So I think the most important thing is you always need to moisturize your face. You always need to moisturize your skin. Around this time of the year, this is when my line, pretty much my body icing starts selling like crazy. Like they buy them in the 16-ounce size. It's where you're gonna want something heavier for the skin. And that's how the regimen normally changes. So as long as you're not using Vaseline for a moisturizer, I am completely happy. I am ecstatic. You still need to exfoliate during this time of the year because there's dead skin. If you're lazy like me and you just do not have time to be rubbing down, use the body scrubs. I mean, you get to do that all in the shower. Just pat dry and leave the oils in your skin. But if you don't want your legs looking like you got scales when you take your jeans off or your pants or whatever, you definitely can do butters or any kind of heavy butter is going to be this time of the year. That's your friend. But you can use lotions. Just make sure you're putting something on your skin to protect it. You still need to use your sunscreen, because the sun is still shining this time of year. I noticed a lot of moisturizers. I just started using the CoverGirl, the Queen Latifah. It's like a BB cream, like a 3-in-1 flawless one. I just started using that, and it already has SPF sunscreen in it, so that's an awesome go. But just make sure you're putting your moisturizer up under it. Just take care of your skin just like you would take care of it in the summertime. A lot of people, like I said, will go to a heavier butter, but yeah, Vaseline is not a moisturizer. I'm going to say that one more time. Vaseline is not a moisturizer. It won't hurt you, but it's not going to help you. That's why you always going to be buying it, putting it on your skin. So just so you know, that's just my take on it.
Can I jump in right quick, Jonna? Okay, I just wanted to give Renee a shout out because I have one of your products and it is absolutely amazing. I think it's called Lick Me. It's the scrub. Oh my goodness. I let my sisters smell it the other day and they were like, I want some. So I'm going to have to purchase some more. Hopefully you are still selling that one.
Yes.
It smells awesome.
If I take it off, they might put me out of my own company. The Lick Me over. I know what you're talking about.
It might get real.
Yes.
And that other one I'm gonna need you to not take off is which is the one for your feet?
The Happy Feet. It's still around.
I need you, if you decide to take it off, I'm just gonna need like some notice so I can buy at least 3 or 4 before they're all gone. And Serendipity, that's my other one. I'm gonna need a heads up on that one too.
What? Johnny, you're going to be mad. Serendipity already gone.
No!
For the summer.
It's only for the summer?
It'll come back in like the springtime, but I got a new one. The macaroon one that I have, you will like that one. That's very, very close to Serendipity.
Oh, okay. I'm about the macaroon life. Since I can't eat them, so I should wear them. All right, well, cool. And I definitely did tweet Vaseline is not a moisturizer, so people will know.
Yeah, I tweeted that too. That's like putting canola oil on your skin. That doesn't make sense. I might as well fry some chicken, then take it and put it on my skin. Like
And
seriously.
it's just like so many people. I'll say, what kind of moisturizer do you use? And they say Vaseline. I'm like, who told y'all to do that though?
Why y'all do this? I don't understand. Like, I don't get it.
All right. So next up, let's talk about a problem that you want to put me on. Let's talk about a problem that most naturals, if not every single natural hair woman, at one point in their natural hair journey, is complaining about, been natural for years, and is still complaining about, and that's why my hair is so dry. Why is my hair always dry? How can I keep my hair moisturized? So, Gabrielle, tell us your tips, tricks on dealing with dry hair.
So, one of the biggest problems I always see is, well, shall I say, naturals who do not know the difference between an oil, what an oil does, and what an actual moisturizer does. A lot of people just throw oil on top of their hair without moisturizing it first, and that's really no good because oil is a sealant. If you put moisture in it, then the oil will have an effect. But if you just throw oil on it, you haven't sealed any moisture in. So with that being said, that's just one of the problems, not knowing how to properly moisturize your hair. Another issue would be sleeping on cotton pillows. And a lot of people overlook this because, I mean, it's just not something that we were taught. We all wrap our hair up for a reason. But mostly because we don't want our hair to get messed up. But if you're sleeping on cotton pillows and your hair isn't wrapped, that will cause dry hair as well. Dry hair isn't something that just starts out the blue. It's a progression of what you do daily. So if you fall asleep every night on your pillow and you never wrap your hair, and then maybe like a week from now you're looking at my hair like, why is it so dry? Well, you were just asleep for 8 hours. You were asleep laying on a pillow that was sucking your hair dry and you didn't even know. So if you don't have moisture in your hair, then you won't retain a lot of the length that you grow. Another culprit would be porosity. And porosity is basically when your hair isn't accepting moisture like it should, or either your cuticle is open too much and the moisture that you are putting in just isn't staying in. There is something called the porosity test where you can drop a strand of your hair in the water. If it floats to the bottom quick, then your hair is highly porous. And there's a fix for that because my hair is highly porous. It's called Row Porosity Control Corrector Conditioner. It's sold at any local beauty supply store. I think it's about $10. And if you put it in if you mix it with your conditioner, you'll notice a noticeable difference in your hair as far as how it retains moisture. If your hair is low porosity, you'll put the strand in the water and it'll stay at the top. That means your cuticle isn't open enough. So to fix that, what you would do is you would put some salt in your conditioner because the salt will change the consistency of the conditioner. It'll liquefy it more so that it can get into your hair strands. And if anybody has any questions, please feel free to ask while we're on the chat. Another culprit is not deep conditioning and doing your protein treatments. A lot of people don't do protein treatments because they say, well, the protein treatment dries my hair out. Well, the only reason it dries your hair out is because you didn't do a conditioner afterwards. Protein treatments aren't meant to be used alone. Once you do the protein treatment, you have to deep condition afterwards. Protein treatments are basically, your hair is made of protein. So if you don't do the treatments, then I mean, it's kind of self-explanatory. Your hair can't rebuild itself and accept the moisture, so they kind of go hand in hand. You can do a deep condition, and not have enough. Not have enough protein in your hair to where it will even hold it. So if you do the protein treatments, it helps you to accept moisture in your hair better. Another culprit would be using the wrong moisturizer. A lot of people use moisturizers that have mineral oil in it, and I'm sorry, I am I am so against mineral oil, it's not even funny, because it gives the impression, it gives an illusion that your hair is moisturized, when in fact all it's doing is coating the hair strand and not allowing any additional moisture to get in. So anything you're putting on top of that is really just stacking and piling and building on. And eventually you're going to have to clarify that and start over, but you just went a whole week without really moisturizing your hair. You're really just piling a product on, and you don't even know it, because mineral oil may be the main ingredient in what you're using. So I always advise people to look at the back of the bottle, learn your ingredients, educate yourself on the ingredients. I'm not saying become crazy about it. I'm not saying obsess about it. I used to obsess about it, but I just make sure that the product that I'm using doesn't have mineral oil in it. If it doesn't have mineral oil in it, I'm fine. I'll use it, especially when it comes to moisturizing. Some people choose to use it's called the curly girl method, where you just stick to all natural products. Some people choose to mix synthetic in with their regimen. I do both, but it doesn't affect the moisture in my hair, because if I'm using a synthetic, let's say curl or style cream or something, I'm not going to use a synthetic conditioner or a synthetic shampoo or something like that. I mix it up and kind of keep it together. I clarify my hair once a month to make sure I'm getting all of that buildup out of my hair, but at the same time not killing the moisture in it. So yeah, and like I said, if you guys have any questions, just let me know. I'm done.
Okay. Okay, this is good stuff. Okay, so I'm still looking for questions. In the meantime, I'm just going to keep round robin, and you guys. People are tweeting Vaseline is not a moisturizer. That's going to be the new phrase for 2014. Vaseline is not a moisturizer. Hashtag. Okay, Renee, back to you. I want to ask, when it comes to ingredients, and you can probably speak with regards to hair care and skin care, but what are some ingredients? I know Gabrielle mentioned, like mineral oil and stuff like that. Like, what are some ingredients that we should be not using if we see them in a product, or that we should be looking for if we see it in a product and say, okay, this is legit?
So I almost did like a praise and worship dance in here when she said that mineral oils are not good for the hair. They're not good for the skin too, which is the same reason why I was talking about Vaseline is not a moisturizer. The hair and the skin are basically compromised of the same feel. So at the end of the day, I don't like mineral oils at all. So I'm in total agreement with her. They are the devil, for lack of better words. They just give an illusion. And so a lot of people say the same thing about, I put Vaseline on my feet or I put it on my face. I'm like, okay, what that do for you? You ain't accomplished anything. So I am definitely against mineral oils. The reason they use it, though, I can tell you, is because it's of like a minuscule amount of people, like slim to none. Nobody is allergic to it. So that's why they use it, and it's basically one of the cheapest things you can find on the market. So that's why. As far as any other oils I can think of off the top of my head, the biggest one I say is a no-no is definitely mineral oil. I love argan oil, though. I am definitely about that argan oil life. I can tell you oils on top of oils that I love, but it's just that mineral oil, that is just, no, I pass.
And I just want to do a quick plug-in after Renee is done to kind of give you guys a history on why we use mineral oil. I'm a serious history buff, and I feel like if you know where you came from, then you can kind of move forward. So, I just want to do that after she's done.
Oh, go right ahead. Go right ahead.
So there's this documentary called 400 Years Without a Comb. And if you guys have never seen it, I highly suggest that you check it out, because it really changed my perspective on a lot of things and really made me understand why we do a lot of the things that we do just in the African American community, as far as beauty products are concerned. So on the documentary, it was showing how when we were in slavery, obviously we came from Africa and they had all the butters and stuff over there. But when we got here, it was a totally different culture. And we didn't have the things that were available to us then. So what happened was as we started to mix with Caucasian people and really look at their race, we wanted our hair to be slicked down too, and we wanted our hair to be a certain way. So what we used to do when we would fry chicken, we would use the oil from that. When we would grease a car, we would use the oil from that. Like anything to try to either slick our hair down or to moisturize it. And later on, I believe it was Madam C.J. Walker who was the pioneer of it. She noticed, hey, they're really using this stuff. She just started bottling it up and selling it to us. And from generation to generation, it just got passed down. Oh, well, this is grease. You're supposed to use grease. Oh, mineral oil is okay. But really, it came from slavery. It was never like a set in stone beauty thing. It really wasn't. We were just using it out of necessity, and it kind of just perpetuated from generation to generation to generation. That's why we're really the only people who use grease, because it came from slavery. So I just wanted to, I hope you guys definitely check out that movie. It's actually free on YouTube. It's called 400 Years Without a Comb. It shows you why we use the pick, how the European comb couldn't accommodate our hair. And the guy who did the documentary, he actually went back to Africa to see what kind of combs they were using, and he came back here and manufactured it. That's where the pick started from. So again, it's 400 Years Without a Comb. I definitely highly recommend you guys check it out, because it will change your perspective on a lot of things, and you will understand, why all of a sudden products like Shea Moisture and all that stuff, your hair is growing because you don't have all of that crap in it. Stuff that you didn't know that you were supposed to be using. So that's just my tip.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that, Gabrielle, because I remember in studying in school that the Egyptians were using olive oil, so they weren't using these mineral oils and different stuff like that. They were using like the olive oils, and they were taking milk baths. So I mean, body scrub, all that product go way back. So I definitely agree. They were using olive oil. They were not using no mineral oil at all.
Right.
That is crazy. First of all, let me just say that. But it makes sense. I mean, it's the same concept with soul food.
Right.
Why are we eating chitlins and pig feet, and why are we eating that? Because that's all we had. So we had to eat it, and we had to make it taste good, so we added all the other salt and everything else to make it taste good, to make it edible. So it's the same concept. That is crazy. I'm going to put this question out there to any of you guys that want to answer it, just because, like I said, it's like the fall season. So oh wait a minute, we have a question. We have a question from Erin. She wants to know, what are some things that you do differently as far as hair care, skin care now that it's getting chilly? I know Renee kind of touched on it, but as far as your what is blah 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 blah. But Deanna, Gabrielle, if you guys want to chime in, what are some things you do different? I know for me, I try to use a little bit heavier moisturizers on my skin. I try to definitely on my hair as well. I'm a chapstick lip balm fiend anyway, so regardless of the time of year, I usually have 2 or 3 lip balms on me at all times, because mine is sitting over there right now. I need to go get it. And I'm always glad when I get one of the beauty subscription boxes or bags or whatever, because it has a lip balm in it. I'm like, yay, lip balm, more lip balm. So I'm addicted to that. But like you said, I always sleep on a satin pillowcase. I wear more buns, stuff like that, just to keep my hair protected. Wear scarves and things like that to try to keep my hair protected. My skin I don't really change it that much. Like I said, just try to make sure I keep it moisturized. Maybe use a little heavier moisturizer. Put on a little more lip balm. But what do you guys do, Deanna, Gabrielle, with your hair or your skin routine when it gets cooler?
I know for me, my regimen doesn't really change too much. Usually I will add more of the shea butter based products more in the wintertime. And a lot of times I'll just mix my own, you know, like hairstyle or whatever, twisting butter, using shea butter as my base. So I'll tend to, I guess, use that, reach for that more so in the colder months. Whereas in the summer, I'm using more of the lighter products. So that is about the only thing I'll change. I do try to do more of the protective styling. So like right now, I have, you know, the twists and whatever, trying to keep my hair a little bit more covered and protected. I didn't do that a lot early on in my journey. I'm trying to do that more so where I'm doing protective styles, because I'm one of those where I'll get my hair twisted and take it out in a week or two. So it doesn't make sense for me to pay money to, you know, do that. So I had to learn to do it myself. So I'm going to try to stick more to protective styling. So next I might try like crochet braids. Never done it, but I'm going to try it. But that's about the only thing I usually change in my routine. I wear, you know, bonnets and sleep on satin pillowcases year round anyway. As far as moisturizing my skin, I do that 24/7 every day, summer, winter, fall, spring. So that doesn't change. And I do everything. If it's skin, then it's getting moisturized. And like Shauna, I keep like 2 or 3 different lip balms and chapsticks and things. Like right now I'm using, what is this? This shade. It's a Carmex moisture I got in, I think, a beauty box when I went to the Chicago Simply Stylist event that you're going to be going to soon, Jonna. They gave me a pack of like 5 of these. So, yeah, you might get that.
So in the wintertime, what I do is, I cannot talk today. This is ridiculous. In the wintertime, usually I use Naturalista Cosmetics Juicy Leave-In, and this is a product that I live and die by because it's shea butter based. It's really amazing. Her Twitter name is Naturalista Love, but again, the product is Naturalista Cosmetics. My hair can stay moisturized for days, and I'm from the South, so when we get the smallest amount of cold air, my hair reacts and my skin reacts. It's, like I said, it's shea butter based. It smells like dessert. Every time I put it in my hair, people are like, were you at a bakery or something? I use it on my hair. I use it on my skin. I just go heavier because I learned that I have to. One winter I used coconut oil, and I walked outside and my hair froze, literally. My hair froze. So I learned to never use coconut oil in the wintertime unless it was at night as a prep before, but do not put coconut oil in your hair and walk outside because it will freeze. Like literally I touched my fro and ice was on it, like seriously. I was like, what? So, I mean, unfortunately when I went back inside, because coconut oil has a melting point, when I went back inside it liquefied, but I was like, oh my God, I'm never doing that again. But that's a product that I back all the time. As a matter of fact, I backed that product so hard that people thought it was my company. And I was like, no, it's not. But I love it a lot, like a lot. So that's basically what I change. I get a heavier butter in the winter. I set my hair with that, unless of course I flat iron. That's it. That's about the only time I don't use it. But other than that, for the winter time, that's literally my staple as a sealant, as something to set my hair with, whether I'm doing curl formers or a twist out or just twisting my hair, because it literally leaves my hair moisturized for days, like days on end. And it leaves my hair moisturized for about a week. All I have to do is spray some water on it, maybe about day three, and it bounces right back. So that's just one of my major changes, and it helps a lot.
What are alternatives, like if people are allergic to certain ingredients? Like sometimes, let's say I'm allergic, some people are allergic to coconut. or they're allergic to nuts or whatever like that. Like, what can they do if they're looking for products to know what are some alternatives to those common, because they're common ingredients. Like, there's not a whole lot of natural hair or even skincare now ingredients that don't have coconut oil or some of these other oils in them. Like, what are the alternatives out there?
Yeah.
You were going in too.
Yeah. So what I normally do for that, and that's a great question, I recommend anytime you're trying something new that, and I say just like test the inside of your arm right here. Can y'all see? So test the inside of your arm right here to see if you're allergic to anything. That's one of the main things I ask. As far as the coconut oil goes, I had a customer that she's like definitely allergic to it, and so I was like, so can you use coconut oil? There apparently is a difference. So using the actual coconut oil, she was able to use coconut oil, but for her to put like real coconut, that would kill her like off the gate. A lot of my customers, I do customize for them. Just because I make my stuff in kind of smaller batches. I don't make a huge batch, and that's one of the luxuries of being able to hand make the stuff per order. So I do have a couple of alternatives that I do for customers that are allergic to stuff like that. I might pull an ingredient out if they know they're allergic to it. But I guess it kind of depends on the person per se themselves. Coconut oil definitely, you know, there's so many benefits to coconut oil. Argan oil is one that I'm really big on. The only thing about argan oil is that it is so expensive, but it's definitely worth it. Argan oil will be an alternative. As a great moisturizer, I recommend rice bran oil if they're able to use that. Of course, olive oil, since we're walking into the winter months, and that's a heavier oil. And as you'll find, some oils are what we call comedogenic, which means that you'll most likely get a blackhead from using it, but during this time of the month, it's not going to be so bad. And then the body is not like the facial area. So using olive oil from head to toe might not be an alternative for somebody with really oily skin, but somebody that is dry, it'll work to their benefits. And that's why you find different products in different levels. So, I mean, you just kind of test it out and see how it works for you. But, yeah, coconut oil is definitely one of those things that you kind of want to be on the lookout for. But I do have a customer that she does not have any problem with the coconut oil that's in my butter.
And what's the name of your company, Renee? Can you let me know again, because I want to get some things from you.
Okay, Seriniti Bath Body and You.
Oh, I heard of you before.
Yeah, thanks.
You about to blow up. Okay. So I'm gonna take a turn. I'm gonna pitch it back to Deanna. Hey, girl. Because she's the resident fashionista. Want to be like her when I grow up. So, what? Your mic is on mute when you get ready to talk. But tell us, like, what is trending for fall and how people can incorporate these trends into the wardrobe that they already have. Because, you know, every trend is not going to work for everybody and not everybody type. And everybody, some people might just be broke. They just may not have money to buy it all. So what are some trends that are popular for the fall that people can, you know, start adding little pieces to the wardrobe that they already have?
Okay, let me, I guess, give you a little disclaimer first. I like trends, but I don't follow all trends because I feel like, you know, wear what you want. I don't care if it was something that came out 5 years ago. If you like it, wear it. But I do look at some trends because some of them I do like, but I don't necessarily follow them all. But I will say some of the things I have noticed that I've been loving for the past couple years is capes. Capes are so chic, and you can kind of incorporate it in a variety of ways. And there are different styles of capes that you can wear and get. Trenches are also I guess I guess transcending into time. They've been around for a few years and probably will be around for a long time. Of course, you know, trapes and trenches. You can dress them up or dress them down. You can wear jeans with them and some heels, or you can wear some what do you call it? Why can I think of the name? Some knee-high boots, like flat boots, riding boots, or whatever. And also thigh-high boots. I think it's something else that is trending right now. I have a pair that I have been looking for. I've saw in a magazine that I really, really, really want, and I don't know how to find them. But I saw, I think Gabrielle, one time you posted something on Facebook, like, I think it was you. I really want this item, help me find it. And people found it in like 1 minute. I don't know if it was you or somebody else. I know it was something I saw, and I was like, I'm going to do that because I want these boots. So, yeah. But thigh-high boots, I think, are in. Let me think. What else? Moto jackets. I think somebody asked me about those recently. I think it was in one of the Twitter chats. Motorcycle jackets, so moto jackets, leather jackets, faux leather, whatever. Those, I think, are going to be around for a while. Those are trending. I always think those are really cute because you can kind of dress them up or down. You can throw them over like a bodycon dress and dress them up on a night out with your girls, or you know, put it on with some biker boots and, you know, be really comfortable. So I think those are just a few.
And I had it went out my brain that fast.
I had a question, Jonna.
Go right ahead while I try to think of what I was going to say.
I had a question for Deanna. I think my biggest thing is I'm just very basic when it comes down to fashion and whatnot. For someone like me that is trying to build their wardrobe and find the, I guess, ideal things as far as business goes, what do you recommend in, like, the main things that you need to have? Of course, I know a blazer. That dresses everything up. But is there any other things that you recommend that are essential for building your wardrobe and becoming a more fashionable person?
Are you referring to maybe when you say basic, not incorporating a lot of color? Because, you know, when you're building a wardrobe, I would start off with neutrals first. So stick to the navies, the khakis, the blacks, and the whites. And then to incorporate color, use your statement like necklaces and jewelry to incorporate color in. And I think I mentioned this recently in the last Twitter chat we had. That's a way where you can kind of incorporate color where it's not too much, but you still have like a bold statement so people, you know, will notice the color. So get like a statement necklace or bracelet or some earrings and kind of incorporate your color that way. Of course, like you said, a blazer is always good to have. And some really well-fitted business pants, those are excellent to have as well. And I think H&M does a really good job on kind of putting out those business type pieces. I would try to like start there. Maybe H&M, Gap, Target even have some really good things for as far as business wear. So again, I would start off with neutrals. Use your statement jewelry to introduce color, and then get you like you said, the blazer, the business pants, maybe a pencil skirt or a skater skirt, and just start there.
Thank you.
Oh, and also, I want to recommend, and I think I mentioned this as well, if you have somebody that you admire their style, kind of look at what they have and then say, well, okay, well, maybe I can incorporate this piece or that piece into my wardrobe. And if it's somebody that you know personally, don't be afraid to ask them. I don't care if somebody got someone I like. I'm not one of those types that, I don't want to ask her, where she got this from. I'm going to ask if I like it. And most of the time, I found out when you ask women, when you compliment them on a piece, most of the time they'll say, oh, girl, I got this at so-and-so for this price. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times they'll share it anyway.
My next question is for Gabriella. I just saw recently now, and I don't know, I can't quote verbatim who it was that said it, but it was supposed to be a professional that said it. But they were talking about using the butters in our hair, and my thoughts came into play that there is nothing wrong with using butter in your hair. So you can preach that to the high heavens, because look at so many women that use it, and their hair is like all the way down to their behind. I mean, so I don't know. What's your thoughts on that? And I could see not using it on somebody that has thin hair, because it's going to weigh your hair down. It's really not going to do anything. But they were trying to say that it's not moisturizing your hair. You got any thoughts on that?
Were they saying it wasn't moisturizing your hair as in just using the butter, or were they saying it doesn't work at all?
They were basically saying that nothing could penetrate your hair after that. Kind of like we say about the mineral oil in the blog. It was a blog post, and I was like, no. So you know how we do the lock method per se, where you put the liquid, the oil, and cream. They were trying to say that nothing could penetrate past that butter, and I'm trying to figure out, with the oils that I use, I know that it can penetrate the hair.
Right. I personally, and this is just my personal opinion, the lock method is, because I don't use the lock method, could you explain it to me again? Isn't it like 3 things?
Yeah, the liquid, the oil, and the cream.
Okay, me personally, I think all 3 of those are a reach. That's my personal opinion. I think if you're going to use a liquid, go ahead and use liquid and then use an oil or a cream. But I think like putting all 3 of those on your hair is a bit much. I don't think it's necessary. But as far as the butters helping when you seal with them, butters are really better than oil because they're heavy and our hair dries out easily. So the butters help the moisture to last, well, help the sealant to last, help the moisture to last. So I would never say butters don't work. Of course butters work. I mean, there's evidence and proof everywhere that butters work, not only on our hair, but on our skin and everything. I mean, I didn't read the post, so I'm not particularly sure. Maybe they were trying to say something else and it came across wrong. At least that's what I'm hoping. I mean, I'm hoping nobody's out here putting information out like that. But again, I mean, I didn't read the post, but I mean, in my professional and personal opinion, butters work. I mean, that's been proven time and time and time again. So, and while I'm on here, I do have a question for Dee. So, I need to stop looking like a 12-year-old on a daily basis, okay? People keep telling me I look 17, which would be fine if I was 40. I'm 26, okay? I have a problem with like finding, I guess you could say, cute day-to-day stuff. Like I want to be comfortable, but I don't want to look like a teenager. So like what are some pieces, like staple pieces that I can go pick up without breaking the bank to just look older, a little bit older, but still dressed every day? So like, for example, I'll see somebody with a blazer and a V-neck on, some flats and some jeans. Like, that's cute to me. But I don't want to wear jeans every day, one. And I'm not about to go buy a bunch of different flats just to look like that. So any, recommendations on that?
First of all, your age, the reason why people tell you that is because you have those New Orleans jeans. They tell me that too. So I don't know how to help you look a little older look. I mean, really, I get told I look like I'm 16, 19 every day. But and that's kind of hard to say because people are dressing their little girls so much growner now. So it used to be where you can say, look at what you put on a child and don't wear the same thing. But I mean, if you actually look at Instagram and they have those kids accounts, fashion accounts, and you look at some of the stuff they put on these kids, blazers are one of them. Scarves and all the stuff that we grown women will wear, they put them on kids now. So it used to be where there was a division of stores you can go to and say, well, if you want to look a certain age, shop at this place and don't shop it here. But I mean, that kind of doesn't work now. I mean, I think sticking to what you normally wear. I mean, besides for putting on heels every day to look older, I mean, really, they got low cut, and I don't do that either. So I wouldn't recommend that. I don't know. I shop a lot too, so I have a lot of flats and too much crap that I don't need. But I don't really know a suggestion to give you to look older. Is that what you're trying to do? Look more of your age?
Well, maybe let me clarify. I guess you could say look my age, but still look comfortable, but still look cute every day, if that makes sense. I guess that would be a more broader question. Like, I still want to be comfortable, but I still want to be cute. I don't want to look like I just woke up and threw something on.
Now, there are heels that you can buy that are kitten heels, and they're comfortable. Like, seriously, okay. I have these heels by Sam Edelman. You know what Sam Edelman? I love his stuff. You can find like his shoes at Nordstrom, but anywhere online pretty much. And then like TJ Maxx will sell some of his stuff sometimes. But they're like, you remember the I think there's Valentino studded, like they look like they spikes, but T-strap heels. You know what I'm looking like? Okay, I'll have to show them to you. But anyway, they have, Sam Edelman has a version of those, and they're kitten heels, so it's like a really low heel, and they're super comfortable. And I'll wear those to go out in with some jeans or some joggers. I mean, you can wear like, you know, joggers now and some heels and still look cute, but still look older. I think you're just gonna look younger. You have a baby face anyway, just like me. So I mean,
count your blessings, girl.
Girl, count your blessings and embrace it. And you can still be comfortable, like I said, with some jeans, with some flat riding boots. I'm pro jeans, like every day. So, you know.
I'm not really pro jeans. I guess that's what it is. I want to find something on a daily basis to replace jeans. Like I don't want to. And for some reason, my lower body, the older I get, it's like, I don't care how much I exercise, it's just keep doing that. And I'm just like, why don't you do this?
What about like khakis and just regular, like comfortable cotton type slacks? They have those. They have a lot of those at like H&M. Joggers, like I said, are really cute, and you can dress those up. Okay. With flats or heels. I'm trying the cargo pants.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right, we have a couple more questions that came in I want to get to before we get off. We only have a few more minutes left. I don't know who mentioned about the porosity control conditioner, but Tiana wants to know, should you mix the porosity control conditioner with every conditioner, and should you use it every time you condition your hair? I'm not sure who had talked about that.
That was me. You can mix it with your conditioner. It still has the same effect as if you don't. What I basically did was every time I deep conditioned for like a month, I mixed it in there. And then when I saw the changes coming about, I scaled it back to about, because at the time I was deep conditioning every single week. Now I only do it twice a week. But as I saw, you know, the changes happening, I kind of scaled it back to every other deep conditioner. And then from there, I kind of went to just deep. I'm not going to say I went to deep conditioner once a month because I never did that. I just went to putting in my deep conditioner once a month. So if I was still deep conditioning every week, I only added it one time that month to one of my deep conditioning treatment. So it really depends on you. Check your hair, see what kind of progress you're seeing. If you're noticing that it's becoming more moisturized, then you can slowly start to scale it back. But keep in mind, that only works for people with highly porous hair. Do not use it if you have low porosity, because all it's going to do is make it worse.
Okay. And the other question that came in was from Ebby, and she wanted to know, what are your favorite drugstore makeup brands, specifically concealers and lipsticks? I'll answer that question. For me, my favorite concealer is Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. That's bomb.com. People don't so much like the Fit Me foundation. I really don't have a problem with it. I actually like it. So I use it, but I also use Revlon Color Stay, and I don't know who makes the Dream Matte Mousse. Is that Maybelline too? I don't know. But I actually use that foundation as well. Drugstore lipsticks, the good old Wet n Wild. That gets me every time. But what are you guys' favorites? Whoever wants to go.
I don't really use drugstore brands, but I do use inexpensive ones, shall I say. BH Cosmetics is very inexpensive, and they always have sales going on. I live and die by their concealer palette, and I use their foundation as well. And usually, I'm not one to skimp on foundation. I usually pay for that, but one of my best friends is a makeup artist, and she was actually the one who told me about BH Cosmetics and how good their foundations are. Their site is bhcosmetics.com. They have like 120 color eyeshadow palette for like $15. So I don't necessarily always use drugstore brand stuff. The most I might pick up from the drugstore is maybe like eyeliner or mascara, which mascara I don't even use that much because I wear eyelashes. I don't have any on right now, but I usually wear eyelashes. But when I do, I get my mascara from like Walgreens. It's a yellow tube. I forgot, Maybelline. It's Maybelline, and it's in the yellow tube, and it makes your eyelashes really thicker because I basically don't have eyelashes. I actually got robbed in that department, so that's fun, you know. Yeah, but it's a really good mascara. But yeah, that's basic. Oh, and my lip pencils come from NYX. They have like lip pencils for like $6.
Yeah, for me, I concur with the Maybelline Fit. I use their foundation every day, and it works real well for me. So I think mascara I think it's Maybelline as well. The concealer, who am I using for my concealer? I think it's actually, no, I was gonna say L'Oreal. No, actually, currently the concealer I'm using is by MAC, so it's not drugstore brand. But I have used one by the Maybelline Fit Me concealer as well, and NYX. NYX or NYX has some really good products, and you can find them at some drugstore places as well as like Ulta. And their branding, you know, consistency and quality of the makeup is really good, and the prices are not too expensive. So that's pretty much what I've been using.
And for me, I use, let's see, so I mentioned the CoverGirl, the one that Queen Latifah is the spokesperson for. I actually don't even use a concealer when I use that one. Not unless it's been a hectic work week. I might grab the stuff that I have is professional brand too. So, and you probably wouldn't be able to get it. I can't even think of the name of it, but I do use a little bit up under my eyes. I'm a MAC girl, so I love MAC. As far as lippies, I use the e.l.f. Now, I can't find that in the Dollar Tree. I almost find that anywhere. Let's see, mascara. I love my lashes too, so, and it's not because I don't have any, I just love them. I want to say I use the red tube, and I don't know if it's Maybelline, but it's like it's kind of fat tube. But it might be CoverGirl. It's one of the two, but that's the mascara that I use. I do like the NYX and the B&H Cosmetics. I just got hip to them. I want to say because I was watching Platinum D, I think it was. That's how I got hip to the BH Cosmetics. And I think as far as liners, I'll pick up a liner anywhere, dollar store or drugstore or what have you. And Wet n Wild is always a go-to color as far as lips and different things like that. The lippy that I have on today, I've been trying to do a lot more supporting black businesses. So this one is actually from Pink Digger, and I kind of try to stick on, you know, that side of getting a lot more stuff. But I do love this Marietta Street, though. This is my new color that I've been completely addicted to.
Well, that's our time. That's it, you guys. We're actually overtime, but we just kept going because the other ladies from the next segment haven't gotten on yet. Technical difficulties, of course. But thank you all for participating. For you guys that are watching, definitely be sure to check out SerinityBathBodyandYou.com if you want to hear more from Renee and learn more about her amazing products. Also, if you're a Twitter holic, definitely stay tuned to BeautyBChat, the hashtag BeautyBChat. That's where you will find myself, Gabriel, and Deanna tweeting. Should I say it?
Say it, yes.
So we're going to start doing weekly BeautyBChats next week. And we might just start doing these live Google Hangouts as a part of the BeautyBChat. So definitely stay tuned for that. Our last two BeautyBChats have been amazing. Like millions and millions of people tuned in and tweeted and asked questions. So it's been amazing. So I just want to thank you ladies for joining and taking time out of your busy day. People were like trying to run and Tiffany is not even home. I don't know where she thought it was Central Time. Like, so I just want to thank y'all for taking time out of your day to do this for me.
And I just want to mention real quick that the next one, our next BeautyBChat, like she said, we're going to be doing it weekly, and we might do it live. So the next monthly one that we do, we usually do giveaways. So the next one may or may not have a hair steamer giveaway. I'm just saying, tune in, go ahead and lose your minds real quick, because yeah, that might happen. I'm a big advocate of giving away hair steamers. I do it all the time. So I know a lot of people go crazy over those things. So yeah, follow us on the hashtag. All of our names are on that hashtag. You're just gonna see me, Deanna, Jonah, Tiffany, who's not here, on there. So make sure you guys follow us and tweet us so we'll know who you are.
Yay! I'm tweeting that right now. So people know it's real. That just really did just happen. Oh my goodness. All right, so I'm trying to get it all switched over. Ooh, okay. There you guys are. So, yeah, thanks again. I really appreciate you guys taking our time out of your day. If you guys want to stay on, you can. I think it's enough room for all of us to fit. Or you can hop off and then go to the public viewing area to just watch the hangout live, or you can just stay in here. It's cool. It's whatever you want to do. Thanks everybody for watching. Thank you guys for your comments. Thanks Renee. Again, reminder, go to serendipity.com. I can't even say it. Seriniti Bath Body and You.com. Purchase something from her this month. A portion of the proceeds, or is it something in particular that they have to buy? Tell them, Renee, what they have to do to donate.
Okay, so I have two products. It's actually in the lotion, and it's actually in a body scrub. It's called Faith, and you'll see it has the pink ribbon and everything. And a portion of those proceeds for each thing you buy is going towards the NaturallyCreole and what is it? What is it? Beautiful. What is it? Boobs. What is it?
Oh, Beyond Boobs.
John Boo's organization. I hadn't picked a company to sponsor to, and I'm aware of Susan G. Coleman, but I wanted to find someone smaller that's getting started. So the name of the product is Faith. Anything with the name Faith, and you can pick either pink or purple, but I want you to pick pink so we can donate to Beyond Boobs, and that way we can get some monies going over to that great organization.
Thank you so much. So definitely, I will put the link to your website in the sidebar. So if you're watching this, if you're viewing this live from, I believe it's going to show you on YouTube, but definitely if you're watching it through Google Hangouts, you will see links on your sidebar. Feel free to go and support that. We also have links to the organizations as well as links to make a donation directly to Curls for a Cause for these charities. That's what we are here for. It is all about raising some monies and raising awareness. So drop a couple coins for your girl. Okay, so